Previously on Tomorrow's End.
I said his name 3 times and he's calling.
I shoot him in the face.
Wait, what? Survive this facility?
Woohoo! GM expects us to survive. That's exciting.
Oh, we need to leave now.
Can I have a quick roll against douchebags? How did humanity get here? I just can't remember. The rest of the world didn't know why the end had come. They'd heard on the radio about an attack on the States by either Russia or China over dwindling resources. What we knew was that the world was going to end, and a crazy man named Morrow had a plan to save the world. Many teams were frozen in vaults deep underground, safely tucked away from all the bombs and nukes flying, and the asteroid that would finally end everything. They were supposed to wake up 25 years later and help pick up the pieces, but something went wrong, and everyone woke up a lot later, if they woke up at all. Cultists, criminals, madmen, they'd been living and thriving through the radiation and destruction the entire time. Some good people also survived. They held on to hope by spreading stories about tomorrow's end. Back into the hallway, Tim.
There are several doors in this hallway.
We're going to start with
You've
one.
already passed a couple of them that said, one said genetics lab, one said macrobiotics.
We're going to go to
There's
the
other
first
ones
door.
that just have a number on them.
We're just going to the very first door.
That's the genetics lab.
Well, as long as we're not licking anything, we should be okay.
Ashcan.
Ashcan, when I open these doors up, if anything jumps out at us and tries to bite us, you know what to do, right?
Eat it.
Like I said, we shouldn't be here, but I'm ready.
You know what to do, right?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. I reach into my coat, pull out my flask, take a pull, wink at Alex. All right, let's open this fucking door. Put the flask away, chambered around, and we open.
Lights are partially on. There's, of course, some that are dead.
57 for the first shot into the room.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see what you hit.
Really?
We don't have to shoot anything in here, you asshole.
What?
Gunshot goes off right next to Doc. Doc cringes as you see a computer terminal across the room spark and fall over.
He only hit the monitor, right?
Cover me, I'm reloading.
Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you go guard Alex over there?
Oh, I'm going to kill him.
Shh.
I'm going to fucking kill him.
Shh. Don't tell him that now.
Doc, you're looking at a
Dead fucking computer. Look at that!
genetics lab with a whole bunch of lab tables and benches. You can tell that this lab probably had at least 6 or more researchers working in it. It looks like people got up and left. There's things that are still sitting there.
What kind of things?
Actually, a couple of machines in here that have a whole bunch of test tubes in it that's spinning around.
Oh, okay. So when it got powered, they powered
Yes,
back up. Okay,
they powered up.
I'm with you. All right. Well, I'll turn the
They left in a
centrifuges
fucking
off.
hurry if they left mid-test.
It does look like this place might have been ransacked. There are like filing cabinets and drawers are open and things pulled out and thrown around.
So I keep telling you guys, we need to leave here.
Anybody picking up any test tubes or flasks of...
I am not touching any test tubes.
I would like to not touch a test tube, but I would like to brush off the dust on the outside to see if inside looks like possibly it used to be blood. I'm going to assume it was. At this point, it's probably black because of how oxidated it is, but I want to check.
It's looks like crusty whatever in there, and you notice that as you can look in there and you can see, the O-rings and seals are all dried out and cracked.
The O-rings.
Ooh, shots for everybody.
Quick observation of any of the medical documentation.
What are you looking for?
Well, nothing, because I haven't found. I've seen the inside of my eyelids.
All right. In this room, then,
We're moving on to the next door.
Right. Is there another door within this room, or is that the extent of this room?
No, this is the extent of this room.
Door
Okay.
2.
Wouldn't the stuff that's spinning still be good?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, never mind. It stopped spinning. Shut up, Julie.
And on the desk itself, before we leave, was there any paperwork or anything on the desk?
That's what I was kind of over there looking through for.
Yeah, but it's contaminated because the seals have gone.
There is a bunch of paperwork that's laying around that looks like from when someone threw it all out. The random things that you pick up are all either dry policy on laboratory policy and things like that. There was one folder that you picked up that just talks about. It's basically an order sheet. Someone was ordering a whole bunch of glassware and some reagents.
On the order sheet, does it have the name of the company that they're to be delivered to?
No.
God damn it. Okay, any of this paperwork, any sort of logos, any company names, any name from somebody in HR signing it?
You know where the actual identification is going to be? The registration in the truck that's not wrecked upstairs.
Probably.
And it'll be a cover name.
He said there was nothing in that truck. I asked.
It's true.
In the
I'm
back.
still, like, with the paperwork.
I didn't
'cause
ask the
generally-
back specifically. I asked the truck.
It's true.
That's the problem. When you ask the GM's going to tell you what you want. You have to be specific.
So,
No, you cannot find anything other than it talks about billing being sent to an address with a P.O. box, and deliveries all show that they're not to be delivered anywhere in Michigan. Deliveries are going to Chicago.
no clues here, I see, GM.
Oh, you also find a quarter on the desk.
Excellent.
You're going to next room. That is a genetics lab. This has a glass door.
Shoot the door.
Like,
What?
No.
Settle down. God damn it.
You will settle down
Like
the
a
fuck
glass-
now.
You need a good hot pussy right now, don't
No
you? Just
shit.
to settle
He
down.
needs a fucking boot party.
Right up his ass.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right. So, looking through the glass door before we open it, what do we see
Through the
inside
glass
this room?
door, you can see another glass door with a very large glass window.
are we talking like floor to ceiling glass or just a glass window?
Floor to ceiling glass on the inside.
With rubber seals that are all gone and rotted away.
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell from here.
Bullshit.
But you do notice that there's a body on the floor inside there.
See, I told you this place is bad. It's a
Whoa.
tomb.
Hold on. The body that we see on the floor, what level of decay is it currently at?
That thing's going to get up.
Shit, settle down.
Trying to see through a dirty, dusty window. Well, it's not really that dirty because it's sealed.
I'm shooting the body.
Also, it's
fucking
down.
You
yourself
see,
now, buddy.
it's not like it's fresh, okay?
Don't
it's
break the
pretty,
glass.
It's pretty
It
desiccated.
looks like a couple hundred years of decay.
So it
Okay.
doesn't stink anymore.
Right. It's well past the stink point.
Right.
All right.
I'm
That's
shooting it
all I
still.
wanted
It's
to make
gonna
sure.
get
it
up.
was-
If you
are going
shoot
to-
things, seriously, I'm going to pistol whip you in the face.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
Wow.
Shoe leather enema.
Wow.
All right.
I got my tomahawk here.
Y'all
that says
said
otherwise.
negative
Tomahawk at the
reinforcement
ready.
works.
Get your
Keep
tomahawk.
your sharps at the ready.
Get your tomahawk.
And your broken knife. Probably get your knife fixed where we're, in the layover.
Will you stop?
He had to have been real
You're the
nice
only
to
one
get
who
that
remembers
shit
this
fixed.
shit. You have to stop now.
Well, somebody has to.
Right. Tim didn't.
No, I'm just saying. You probably got it
Yeah,
fixed.
again,
It's probably
you
bigger.
stop.
It's bigger.
Ooh. He made his knife bigger.
All right. So if we open up this door, what do we find inside other than a dead body?
I'm going to end up having
This
to kill all
door
my fucking
is
party
locked
members.
right now.
I'm using my special card.
We got key cards.
Okay, that special card does open it. The one that says in case of emergency, the outer glass door does open.
Ah.
So you can fit about 3 people in this.
Well,
in this
here's how this is
room.
going to go. You
Alex.
and me
Doc.
are going to enter. Ashcan is going to stand outside and do his special dance to ward off the evil spirits. Can you do that?
I'm still shooting that body. It's going to get up. I don't trust it.
Don't shoot at me.
All right. So Doc and I are going to step outside of the body.
You step inside, and it's just a glass room. There is a small, not really a desk, it's a small counter where it looks like things can be set. And the glass window actually wraps around. There's another glass window and then the glass door. By the one window, above the door, there is currently a red light on. And on the wall is a button that has a smashed plastic cover, and it says push in case of containment failure.
So I'm assuming it's been pushed.
Which means
Yes.
that there has been a containment failure. Okay, so I know that we have our little Geiger counters. Are they also air quality?
They sure are.
All right, so when we moved into this room, did anything in the air quality change?
Radiation level went down significantly.
Ooh.
Because the room's shielded.
What type of equipment seems to be in this room, if any? Is it just an observation room?
This is just an observation room. It's dimly lit in the further outer room. You can see all kinds of equipment, like very large, different, very scientific. You can tell all this stuff is medical.
All right, I want to move into that next room. Doc, you okay with that?
Okay.
As long
the
as
door is
our air
locked.
quality is solid, we should be able to go in here without a hitch.
Okay.
Okay. The door is currently locked.
Emergency keycard swipe.
Okay.
Superpowers and
The
shit.
emergency key card swipe. The red light on top blinks. You hear an alarm beep.
Attention. Containment lockdown must be reset before door can be opened.
See, I told you guys we shouldn't be coming here. There's voices.
What?
Shh, settle down. Is there any way to reset the containment
When did you turn into a Neanderthal?
levels in the maintenance room?
Maybe. Don't know.
Could you check the emergency manual and see if there's a way to do that?
I will go grab the manual and find it.
Thank you.
The voice is mechanical. It can't hurt you.
Really? You're going to try that one?
I'm going to try that one.
All right. You know how books are recorded words? That was nothing more than a recorded voice, just in the way that you hear in our walkie-talkies. It's not magic. Settle down.
Yeah, you say that until the body gets up.
I want to see him roll his intelligence here. This will be good. That's fucking comedy is what this is. How well'd you do?
He's not telling us.
Oh, no.
How bad you fail?
I didn't.
What'd you get?
God, he bought it.
48.
All right, 4 successes to realize that this isn't some voodoo wizardry that any of us are concerned about because all of us have clearly recognized the technology we are encountering.
Still a bad place.
I accept that. I will accept that. All right, did Will find anything in the emergency manual about how to reset the containment level?
Yes. Will, you found the procedure to do it. It requires a terminal to access.
Like the one that just got shot.
Yeah.
God damn it, Ashcan! I'm so fucking mad at you. This is a glass door, right?
I'm going to go
Yes.
and get some of this.
Yes,
genetic,
it is. It
I'm gonna
is
get
a
some
glass
old
door.
genetic
But it's
material.
you
I'm gonna
can't
put
break
it on
the
a steak
glass.
for
Well,
it.
who
Did he
says we
shoot the
can't break the
monitor
glass?
or the actual terminal?
It was buckshot. He's got a big old boom gun.
You need a computer terminal or a computer that is not the maintenance terminal.
All right, so how about this? Let's come back to this and check the other rooms out, because chances are there's another room that has a terminal that wasn't blown to shit by a trigger-happy, superstitious Neanderthal.
Listen to him laugh over there.
How do all of our games end up so contentious? I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't say
I can't. This would be a lie.
How do these happen this way? I don't know. Have you looked at some of the people we game with?
You find several offices. The emergency card gets you in.
Excellent.
Okay. And they all look ransacked.
Is there a couch or a chair anywhere?
Sit down.
Yes, there is. The second office you find, it's got an actual, like, a little couch.
I pointed out to Ashcan that is a couch. One of the most vile and evil things from the old world.
No, that ain't nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at it sitting there, calm, waiting for you.
Stab
Get
it.
what that's called,
Stab
a
it.
couch, but a love seat? I gotta be
Stab
in
it.
love to sit on that?
Someone needs to, during a campfire night, tell Ashcan all about the past before war, the damn evil mimics.
Pull in some old Native American lore with the skinwalkers.
Yep, the couch.
That ain't nothing to laugh about. They exist.
The couch that got the man.
Between the first and second office you go into, you find enough pieces to make a working computer that you can hook up.
Brilliant. Speaking of, when like the login screen pops up and everything else like that pops up on these computers, is there a logo on any of this?
No.
Because it's all top secret.
I know, and
It's
that's
not
why
like
I'm determined.
Lost where they put the logo, what was that? DARPA?
I'm not even
logo
thinking
and
Lost. I'm
everything?
just thinking of literally
Yeah.
any corporation I've ever worked for who just has a hard-on for putting their logo on every goddamn
fucking
communication they send
You
out.
mean
Or
Umbrella
Umbrella
Corporation?
Corps.
Exactly right. Not to. Oh, okay. You know what though? If we can get into emails, everybody has a fucking signature on their email. They're boasting all of their fucking accolades with the company, any letters they have behind their name, some bullshit quote that they have that they think is inspirational.
If it's a front company, it'll be faked.
I don't give a shit. I want to know.
We'll be at, like, Bob's Golf and Shoe Company or something.
All right. So once we cobble together these pieces of a computer and we get everything booted up, I'm going to use Sam R's login information to log into this one as well.
Okay. You actually get a login.
Fuck yes. All right. Do we have access to what kind of access do we have? Is it standard desktop? Is it intranet? What are we looking at?
Standard desktop. It looks like what you can see on the network is the maintenance computers and this one.
All right.
But this one does have, from what you can tell, it's got software in it to allow you to deal with some of the other systems.
Nice.
So you can launch the software and it then shows you all the maintenance stuff, and then with administration access of dealing with laboratory information.
What is in Sam R's My Documents of memos that are saved and important pieces of information that he would have saved on his login?
It currently can't load that because that's all stored on the server.
And it'd be stuff like stop stealing the yogurt out of the fridge.
It's also the whole, like, I'm not going to bother to read this bullshit policy, but I need to know it eventually, so I'm just going to save it and never look at it again. Like, that shit's always on company documents.
Yep, and it would be if his documents folder was actually online.
Fuck the fourth
This
floor.
is a mini, basically a what's called a thin client. It does the servers for all of its storage.
So,
All right, that makes sense.
Will, can you go ahead and log us in to get into that room?
Yeah, you guys can
working
do
on it,
absolutely
yeah.
what you need to reset that.
Sweet. All right.
we
Once
need
Doc
to
gets
wait-
back from stoking the fires of his passion, I don't know where he's at, but whenever he comes back, we'll check out that room.
I don't really think we need to go in that other room.
I know you
It's
don't.
sealed for a reason, guys.
You go ahead and fight with that couch for a while.
You know, with this kind of like bullshit, you would have never discovered fire. It would have happened. You would have been, fire bad, and then you would have never again used an innovation like that. You would have just been like, this is some bad juju that's going to kill the cows. Let's just leave it alone. This is why none of these people have been able to get out of the Stone Age after this fucking happened. So just sit down and let us do our jobs.
Yeah, you keep talking like that. Just wait till you run into some of them Draugr and they try to eat your ass.
I'll get you.
Okay.
You can now use the emergency key card to gain access.
Excellent. I gain access.
Just as an FYI, our detector kits are going to sound off an alarm via the GM should we enter anything that has impure air quality. Is that correct?
Yeah, the CBR will cover us.
Should I roll that? Just a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, thank you. All
Good
right.
thing it can't detect mutagens. Okay. This room is insanely clean. There's no dirt anywhere on the floor.
There's a
There's
dead
no
body. It's got a
dirt.
skin.
Anywhere.
No,
Okay.
we're inside the next room.
I'm just saying.
Right. You're inside the next room. There's several. It's a lab. It's got a whole bunch of really high-end stuff, but a lot of stuff is knocked over. Doc finds that there was a bunch of vials that were on a table in one of the... Basically, there's a table where there's a big glass thing where you put your arms through the rubber things to work on it.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
You see that there was something was being used inside of that there's several pieces of broken glass inside there with some kind of dry, very, very dried up residue. You can see that the edges are cracked. Where the seals were, they're cracked because that whole thing was built onto the wall.
Whatever they're handling
You
in
guys
there.
also notice that there's cracks on the wall.
Sounds like maybe it exploded.
Are the cracks coming down from... are the cracks look like they're from water damage, or do they look like an outward impact caused them to shift, or an inward
Do you
impact, I
have
guess?
any skills in like structural or buildings?
Maybe. Let's find out.
I sure don't.
I have no idea what my skills are. I have to go through them every once in a while.
I don't know my skills.
Does maintenance count?
No.
Damn,
All
then
right.
no, I don't.
I'll tell you what.
You and
I'll
Will
tell you
roll,
what.
just roll a 50%
I was
based
going to
on
say,
I
your
can do
I
that.
also, I also have a basics physics class.
2
Okay.
successes.
Oh, how about 3
I'm just
successes?
more like when you're looking at water cracks, like, I mean, those look specific to like everyone who's been in a house.
You
or has
actually
a-
think the cracks came from below.
Oh,
Okay.
Doc, how many do you have?
3 successes.
I also have 3.
From your experience, because you're a world traveler and you have been in areas that's seen seismic activity,
Ooh, little earthquake.
Doc, you're pretty certain that this is seismic damage.
All right. So
that's abnormal in
no,
Michigan.
if something blew up down below, or
We do have the
stuff,
reactor
right.
leaks, and we do have the water damage. We
Well, it
assume.
could be caused by that.
Just
whatever
caused
it
by
was.
even pressure. Just
Yeah.
literally like high pressure water, steam expanding. So
I'm glad whatever was in there is dried up since those seals are no longer valid.
There are 3 bodies on the ground. They're
3?
all desiccated. They're not rotted.
Interesting.
They're not moving, are they?
Oh, let me roll. No.
The bodies themselves, like,
Jeez.
all right, the bones that we can see and everything else like that, I'm going to take some time to look at them to see if there are any marks on the bones or whatever's left of the flesh. I'm looking for teeth or claw marks or anything like that
Nothing.
to indicate. Okay.
You shouldn't be touching them.
I'm
Don't
not
just
touching.
leave them
I'm
alone.
crouching and looking to find out if there's a beastie down here for you to kill. I thought you'd be happy about my foresight.
Don't be messing with the dead. Just leave him alone.
You guys doing any other searching?
Yes. All right. So we've got the little glass thing with the rubber gloves in there and the dried up shit inside. We've got the 3 bodies. Is there anything else in this room?
Yep. You found basically 3. You've got 3 access cards. They are blue in color. From Random Researcher 1, Random Researcher 2, and Random Researcher 3 because I'm too lazy to generate names.
Legit.
You also find a wallet carrying with on one of them that has $10. No. And a cell phone.
I'm going to start collecting this pre-war money.
Cell phone, come on.
Battery's dead.
You never
the rest
know.
of you see Charlie pick up a cell phone and try to turn it on.
You know what, though? That cell phone might have some text messages to a spouse or another loved one that
Yeah,
might be interesting
absolutely.
to access.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's definitely worth bringing.
Is there any dick pictures on this cell phone?
Well, no power.
We can't turn it on.
We'll have to charge it
I
as a
tried.
striker.
I'm going to show Ashcan some dick pictures.
There's something for you
See,
to
they all
kill.
look different than yours.
Kill it with fire.
What does that lead you to believe?
One of the other bodies, too, you found along with the access card, a small little pocket notebook.
Like a shop note kind of thing?
Like a moleskin little notebook.
And what's it got in it?
It's got all kinds of incoherent notes. The guy's handwriting is horrible. It's got schedules of like meetings and things. It's also got a lot of doodles on it, and several of the pages towards the back, all of them, almost every single one of them have written on it, "I hate it here."
Cabin fever.
Wonder if
They
that's
slowly went crazy.
wonder if that's Stan.
John, are you going through it, or
glad
who's
you
going
get
through
me.
it?
John's going to go through
Yeah, I
that.
can go through that.
Give me a intelligence roll.
Not a chance. 82.
Okay. While you guys were doing that, Will's going through it and reading off, basically explaining what it is.
Hey, in the back where it says "I hate it here," does the handwriting get larger and more scrawled and frantic, or does it seem pretty consistent?
Shaky, yeah. Yes. I would absolutely agree with what you just said.
That
Yes.
leak was happening for a while.
I don't know if it was the leak, though. I mean, if it was just the leak, why would you seal off the lower levels? Just to keep the other scientists from escaping to safety and freedom? That doesn't seem
Kirsten,
right.
you're looking at it too. Give me a wisdom roll.
Okay.
Or not a wisdom, an intelligence roll.
3 successes.
On one of the last pages where you were looking, because you had that idea, was he going more and more insane? There was a note out about a meeting. You note that the meeting date, it's written like we would normally write a date, which is month, day, year, and the year is 22.
So after,
The one driver's license had expired.
well, after the hammerfall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is a
3
facility that was still in
years
action.
after.
Yeah. Also, that one guy who died up top did not get their driver's license renewed, probably because of the apocalypse, but still, I'm saying.
Well, it's not like there's going to be a lot of cops out afterwards.
I'm going to just say that out loud for everybody's general knowledge.
All right, let's move on to a different room here.
Let's.
All right.
But this is a real interesting story that's coming together here, and I want to know more
Other
about
than
it.
offices, there's one more, and it's
All
labeled chemistry lab.
All right. Let's see if we
Let's
can get
play.
in there.
This room is filled with lab tables and benches with lots of broken and smashed lab equipment. There's lab glass all over the floor, chairs knocked over, books litter the floor. As you wander through, looking through it, towards the back, there's a body slumped against the wall with brown stains all over the white lab coat and the wall.
He was killed.
He
Was
killed
the
himself,
brown
didn't
stains
he?
No.
from...
Blood.
From
No,
what you can
from-
see, there are several bullet strikes to the chest.
Oh,
Also, interesting to note the fact that this was ransacked, not
what's
just...
the body look like?
This isn't just, I'm coming to find, like, whatever is of worth before we get the fuck out of here because
Right.
of a radiation poisoning or something. There's some shit going on.
Right.
And somebody was shot to death for
Somebody
whatever
went-
was in this
Somebody
lab.
went sideways.
Then this isn't suicide.
No.
Doc, from
well,
what you can tell, it looks like a total of 10 shots.
into the back or into the front?
From what you can tell, into the front, because the holes line up with on the wall as well.
Do a quick exam and search of the carcass.
You find right off the bat around his neck is a lanyard with an ID card, but it was stuffed down inside the basically his T-shirt that he was wearing underneath his proper shirt and then his lab coat.
He was hiding his key card from somebody.
Okay.
This man is David Green, Facility Vice President.
Of what facility?
Does not say.
Damn it!
You know you're going to have to give her something at some point, right, Tim?
He does not have a wallet on him, but his ID badge is solid black.
Oh,
Yeah.
We have access to new levels.
All right.
It's like Fallout. This is so exciting. We found the black key card. Now we can access the other levels.
That should be a VIP
Can I
card.
turn
Until
the
you
God
find the
mode
death
on
claw.
so I could just...
Right?
ID DQD.
Does he have any kind of notebook, any personal journal anywhere near him?
No, it looks like someone went through his pockets.
Well, the guy that was bitching about working here got to kill the boss because, end times and nobody's going to really bother you.
All right. Well, what else? What else is in this room,
Yeah.
Tim? That's
It's just a ton of it. It looks like now, after you finding that body, this is a fight
right.
from what you can see.
And you said that there were broken vials and shit everywhere?
Is there bullet wounds or not wounds? Is there signs of a firefight where it hit the walls and of course the other things?
Other
in the room?
opposing fire?
No, from what it looks like, you can't see. Doesn't look like this man has a weapon or had a weapon.
Execution.
So it's an ambush.
It looks like it was a fist fight and then.
Went sideways.
All right, so you said that I think in this room there was a bunch of broken vials, chemistry equipment and so on,
Yes.
etc. If they were doing testing, then I'm looking for either a tablet or a pad of paper where they're recording their results.
Yes,
in the
you
computer.
find a couple. You find a couple of iPads actually.
Stop giving him ideas, God damn it! I'm going to take both those iPads on.
Okay.
I'm assuming they don't boot, so I'm just going to bring them back to the striker to look through them later.
We can probably use the batteries in our laptops to fire
Good
them.
call. All right, let's USB port plug them through. Same technology we had of the day.
So you do have a iPad cable with you?
I don't know. Do we?
Nope.
I'm gonna roll.
Is it the 30 pin or is it the 7 pin?
That would be lightning charger, obviously.
Fucking
Sorry,
Apple.
These are older ones that require the 30 pin cables.
Oh, of course, because government facility. This is how we know it's a government facility now
Correct.
because they were underfunded. Oh, we didn't find any ideas. Like, we could check birthdays and shit like that and try them for the iPads.
But other than that, everything in here is broken. It's just a standard chemistry lab, a lot of gear. But
All right.
looks like it was quite a knockdown, drag out fight.
No.
Stories coming together.
These are scientists. P4 SS
314.
S. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, let's head out to the next room that you forgot existed for a second.
Yeah.
Let's see
Well,
what's
it's not
there.
next room. It's
the black card.
at the end of the hallway. There's a door, and there's no nameplate on it except for when you get there, it's on the floor.
What's it say on the floor?
Observation and subject care.
Ooh, black card.
All right.
Or the red card.
This is how this
There's
shit is
blue
real.
cards too, though.
All right,
Yeah, but black
Ashcan.
card's gonna get us everywhere.
We're gonna open this door up and see what lies beyond.
Maybe don't actually shoot anything until you see movement inside the other room, though.
And
as
make
a
sure that
hunter,
movement isn't one of us.
yes.
There's
As a
that
hunter, I
little,
feel like you should know the distinction.
there's
but
that
I don't
little
know anymore.
corollary.
He's just a killer.
All right.
He's just a
So-
killer.
You guys go in.
Check the rads real quick.
Oh yeah, where we at?
Remember, I
Yeah.
told him if he tries to screw me on it,
Right. Yeah, you it's on the record, but that doesn't mean he
It
remembers.
does not go above 40.
and will you
Okay.
you quit helping him?
I'm helping
Right,
us.
Jesus fuck!
No, you're
Will you
not.
stop it? God damn!
I'm helping us.
You're almost worse than him.
No.
Oh, Tim, hey, remember we got... No, shut the fuck up, Tim. Don't remember. We're not going to deal with it.
No. I know we have fans out there that listen and they're like have this whole book full of notes that I want. Well, in episode
Seriously,
6,
they
you
know
guys
more
did.
than we do. Yeah.
It's like,
Dude,
holy
I'll
shit.
be listening back and I'm like,
I don't
there's
fucking
a drop
remember
plot
that.
line. Maybe we should bring that back up
I
sometime.
don't remember that.
Like the skeezy guys in suits.
Really? That happened?
I'm just saying.
I get questions and I'm like, what
This is
episode
what
is
I said.
that?
I need to re-listen to that shit.
It's because we were Mormon. I always answer it with that and see what happens. What?
When you guys open the door, it
We drink
opens-
heavily
hold
when
on
we're
to-
recording. Come on.
All right, go ahead. We open the door.
You push the door open. It pushes hard because it's just, you can tell that the hinges were rusty. This one has not been opened in a very long time. The first thing you notice is that the key control panel on the door is all ripped off and on the ground. And there's a toolbox right there.
Inside.
It is a long hallway that's wider because it's got desks and cabinets on one wall and a lot of glass windows on the other wall.
I want to go to those glass windows on the other wall and see if we see any like bodies
there
or
any
things
light?
inside those observation
Your
rooms.
first thought is you're looking at a cage.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Observation, genetic research. Yeah, we've got a cage
We
here.
got mutants.
I wonder if they made the mini-me's.
From what you can tell, there's about 10 of them
Oh,
here,
hold
and
on.
one of them, the window is pushed in and laying on the floor.
By the way, Kate, this is Morrow Labs.
Moreau.
Oh, nice.
The Will, you asked, it's laying in the hallway, and it's not laying flat on the floor. It's propped up on something.
Something or someone.
Well, the fact that
Don't
the
know.
access panel was not only off, but there was a toolkit next to it makes me think that somebody was doing repairs.
Are you inspecting that?
No.
Yeah, I am now.
Oh, shine a light down
Okay.
there.
Now
You're
that I'm looking at it.
confused because it looks like someone was... Your first thought? It looks like someone was trying to claw this to death.
Yeah, see? No one listens to Ash Can about going to places like this.
I'm betting they were trying to fuck up the electrical so that somebody wouldn't be able to open it back up to escape from here.
Maybe.
Would be my guess.
I
You
would
can
like
see
to
at the
go
far end of the
through
hall.
those.
Have you died?
I would like to go through some of the filing cabinets, see if there's anything that pops out at me.
I'm a little concerned about what that window is laying on top of.
The filing cabinets all have different types of tools in them. A lot of them are medical tools,
Like
such as
vivisection
like
tools?
bone saws and things like that.
Why would they put bone saws in a filing cabinet?
Well, they're very large cabinets, so they
That's just how they organize their tools.
Tool drawer.
tool drawer. There is a computer terminal here.
Are there any bodies or remains in the observation tanks?
No, you do not see any remains in any of them. In fact,
let's go
actually,
to
if
the-
you peer in there with your flashlight, because they're dark, if you peer in with your flashlight, you can see that there is a small door on the outs going out the other way down below, and they're open.
Ooh, I'm headed that way.
Dumped them.
Ash Can. You
So
smell
you're jumping
something?
down into the cage?
You smell that?
Smell what?
You smell
Smell what?
That's sarcasm.
it? I think there's something over there.
Get it, boy.
Going
Yes.
down to the blown out window,
Okay.
prodding with the gun to see what's underneath of it.
One thing you've noticed is that this entire room is a lot dirtier than others, and this window is incredibly dirty. It looks like tracks going in and out of the window opening and going back and forth.
Let's get a look at these tracks here, Ash Can.
This would indicate to me that they might have an
Did you
outside
smell that?
paddock.
3 successes for identifying the tracks, Tim.
What the hell is that?
Wolf's big.
Familiar wolf tracks?
Yeah, you could say that. You're not sure because it's a hard surface, but
Hold on. Here's my thought, though. We are now 2 levels below ground. However, there is increased dirt and dust in these rooms, which either means A, people have been living down here and creating skin cells, which doesn't seem to be the case, or B, that means that there's some sort of access to the outside world that comes down specifically to this level.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to flip the window over with the gun.
underneath the glass panel is a half-eaten body.
Ooh.
I am changing out the
fresh
shells in my rifle for some different special shells.
There you go. Like half eaten by mice.
Wolves.
Yeah, you're
wolves.
not sure. It's been dead for a very long time.
Large wolves. Large wolves that were genetically created in this laboratory that have men of suits after them.
Do the computer terminals turn on?
Yes, that computer terminal does turn on.
And do I have access to anything
Sam-
interesting?
It immediately pops up and says, unable to authenticate to domain controller. Login impossible at this time.
Server's not on.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
There is a large red button also near it that says emergency close.
But obviously,
Has that button been pushed?
Yeah, but it doesn't work because the fucking window's laying on top of a half-eaten body.
The wolves
Probably
got
got
some
steel.
consciousness to them.
So
big
let's
garage
go
door.
towards.
You
that
have no idea
opening.
about those wolves.
Oh my god, we know. We're finding out. Simmer down.
There is another door at the far end.
That's where Ashcan and I are headed.
All right.
I'm following along.
Come on, boy.
You guys are falling down to the Ashcan land.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. There's a sign on this one.
Do not feed the animals.
It says autopsy and bioresearch. This door looks like something has been clawing at it all over it.
Wolf
Trying
carcass.
to get it open.
Oh, you want to try to open it?
No, I'm asking is some like the clawed mark has something has been trying to get into
Yes.
there. Okay.
It looks like it was, yes.
And how tall?
All the way to the top. It looks like an 8-foot reach.
All right,
Big
let's try to open the door.
All right. The knob turns, and the prox card key works. The one emergency. You're using the red
We'll
emergency
use
one,
any
right?
goddamn one that works, Tim.
Okay.
Let's really be honest.
That
Black
works.
one.
He likes the black card.
But when you go to push on the door, it doesn't move.
Does it feel like there's weight against it?
Yes.
All right. If a couple of us throw our shoulders into it, do we feel movement?
Yes. Very little.
Lever.
Let's science this shit up.
Okay.
Use the laws of physics to our advantage.
Sciences. I use some
I
science
don't know.
on
I
it.
got 2 successes to do it though.
Why don't you just magic it away? Why don't you just science it away? Fuck.
You guys think from the toolbox, there's a couple of big screwdrivers in there. You can at least get it moved far enough that then with some actual brute force from 2 people, you could actually get it enough to get someone inside.
Well, let's get her done.
All right.
And
Somebody
shimmy,
yell
shimmy.
ramming speed before we run into the door.
Lots of
shimmy
grunting,
in.
lots of pushing.
No! Door don't move. No go in.
He's laughing too hard to say
The
anything.
spirits are telling you not to enter.
Dude, it's not like we're rolling a giant rock away from the tomb.
That's probably okay.
You get the door open far enough for everybody to get in.
All right. Well, shimmy in one by one.
Okay. You shimmy in, and you notice right away. First of all, the room's dark. Emergency lighting is on, and that's it. All the ceiling lights are
We got
off.
flashlights.
You notice that
see.
there is several very big industrial desks up against the door. That's what was holding it back. All of you first thought, we're in a morgue.
That's exactly what this is.
Aside from the trays, I'm assuming that have bodies on there. Are there bodies of whoever pushed the desk against the door in here?
No. In fact, there's no bodies at
That's-
all right now.
What
There's 2 examining
what about
tables.
in
They're
the coolers?
clean.
Do you
Right
think-
now?
Okay. Since this is kind of a morgue, are there any of the trays that are partially pulled out?
No. All of the lockers are closed.
Any of
Okay.
them locked?
No.
Here's my thing.
Sweeping the room for doors. Other exits.
Yes, there is another exit on the far end of is what looks like a walkway. It goes into what first glance you look in there. There's showers and bathroom, like a locker area.
Are there any tools spread
They might
out
be
in the
hiding back
room?
in
Not
there.
spread out, but if you look in any of the drawers and cabinets, you find all the different tools, all put away
So
properly.
they didn't leave in a hurry.
Okay, so in the next room there is like showers and lockers, etc.
Yes.
Is there an exit or B any bodies in this room?
No bodies in that room, but there is an exit. It opens into what looks like offices.
Okay, so at least we know how they got out.
Are there any bodies in the lockers?
You find a young woman and a young man.
People. I was expecting wolf corpses, quite honestly.
Maybe they could be.
They're wolves.
Wolf people. Is there excessive
Bah,
body
wolf.
hair left over?
Wolf. There, castle.
Why are you talking like that?
You guys go through the locker rooms. There's nothing really in there. Okay, although it looks lived in. Okay, like someone has no,
Recently?
not recently, but it
Okay.
looks like the toilets are dirty. There's dried residue of soap on a couple of the sinks. Okay, it doesn't look like it was clean and pristine and left that way. Okay, then you go into the furthest opening, and it's basically a large room that looks like was cube land, and you're pretty certain this was the source of the desks that you found up against the doorway. It's very ransacked. Things are all over the place. It's actually a little filthy in here. Will,
Yeah.
you notice that there's not a desk for it, but that's an odd way to put all your filing cabinets.
Great. Cameras in here too?
Yes, every room has cameras.
Are there monitors in here?
No, all the computers actually
Okay.
have been smashed.
Well, that's interesting.
I would like to go through the desk drawers first and then the filing cabinets. I'm looking for identifying paperwork.
Well,
God
it's-
damn it.
What do you mean by oddly stacked filing
Well,
cabinets?
you're not supposed to put filing cabinets sideways. They don't work really well, and then stacked on top of each other. And
It's blocking another door.
I'm
blocking
gonna
something.
see if I can get around. Can you get around the filing cabinets at all?
because it's in a corner of the room, and there's got to be space behind that.
Let's see if I can get around there.
How far up are they?
They go up almost to the ceiling.
Ooh, is there enough space at the top to be able, like, if you pulled out some filing cabinets, to climb up it and shimmy through the space at the top?
Okay, you start messing around with
Pull
it,
them out,
and
you
one
should
of
see,
them
be able to see.
is a smaller filing cabinet on the short side, and it pivots. So yes, you could use that. That's like it's like an access, like someone meant to
Like
do
a
that.
door.
Well, I'm going to pivot that out and scramble up top.
Okay.
And did I find any paperwork with any identifying markers?
No, they're all locked.
Okay. I'm not going to take
So
the time to pick
you
them
do
out.
a flashlight
Seriously.
down up in there, and
know.
you see a body down there in a lot of filth.
I found a body and
Like
his
filth, like.
his filth or
A lot
like
of
dirt filth.
wrappers and other things, like food wrappers
somebody
and
was trying to
bottles.
You raided the vending machine.
Yeah, he was trying to wait it out here and couldn't. Yep. Yeah. Is there like a door? Or is it just like his little hidey hole?
His little hidey hole.
That's nasty. All right, before I climb down there, because I don't really want to.
It's only 200 years old. Is there anything worthwhile if you poke through it?
It's one of those more like, is his clothing still intact? Does it look like there's a key card? Does there a book next to him?
He looks like just like all the other lab rats. So, well, not the rats, the researchers.
Gross.
If she finds a Twinkie, it's still good to eat, though.
I'm going to see if I can find a notebook or journal.
Yes, there is a notebook, another one just like that other researcher had. A blue access card, just like the other researcher had. And you go rooting through all the mess of junk food. This guy had a thing for Twinkies. You find a digital camera.
All right, I'm going to take the digital camera and pocket that for now. Okay. And then I want to read through the journal real quick.
Okay. Well, you going to do it in that hidey hole, or are you going to climb out first?
Nope. I'm going to stay right here.
Okay. Using your flashlight, you're going through. It's just like that other one. The first part has a whole bunch of like scientific notes, and there's a whole bunch of things about meetings. About halfway through, it starts getting to be batshit insane.
Again.
Actually, you think that it doesn't make sense to you because it sounds like the way the guy's writing that he's trapped there, but not by creatures. He's trapped. He's using words very carefully, and from what you can deduce, it sounds like management is keeping them there not against their will.
I've played this Fallout module. All right. I'm gonna holler that
Alex,
to the rest of the crew.
You found a digital camera?
I sure did.
Take the card out of it and stick it in your laptop.
I'm gonna do that. See what I find. I'm gonna actually climb out of the hidey hole, and I'm gonna do this in full view of everyone, so they can look
I need
through
everyone to roll dice right now. Oh. We're looking for 50% or.
Are we rolling our sanity? 4.
35.
Sanity.
51.
I beat all y'all. 89.
Charlie.
Nice.
I said 35.
You said 35. Charlie said 35. Charlie, you swear you hear a growling.
Ah, son of a bitch. Ashcan, do you hear that?
Ashcan, you now hear a low growl coming from the showers.
Fuck.
I hear him say fuck, and I pull out my gun, not knowing what that means.
Okay, you actually have an advantage because you're up on the top near the ceiling trying to climb out of this thing.
I'm going to stay right there then, and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pull up my rifle, and I'm going to make myself a nice little cozy spot on top of these filing cabinets.
Take up a kneeling position and just aim it right towards that position.
Yeah.
As soon as you see from above, you see someone. She aims her rifle with the flashlight on, and you guys can see a wolf, a big wolf,
shooting the wolf,
a very big wolf.
Do we all? Where are we going?
Initiative? Do we roll initiative?
You guys all have a chance because you saw it, and because you blinded it with flashlight. You have first move.
Fuck yes. 53, 5 successes.
Okay, you're shooting with what? Your standard rifle? Okay.
And because I'm not... All right, hold on. I can't aim. Never mind. I already rolled. I'll take my hit, and I'll wait for it next time.
All right. Doc's going to light this fucker up.
I got 3 successes with the big cannon, Tim.
Okay. You did not aim.
All right, you ready?
And next time I'm aiming for the motherfucking heart.
Ooh.
Eyeball.
Because I remember those sessions when we were fighting the wolves on the wolf.
Below 43. Or before.
Eyeball.
I rolled a 43.
Okay, what's your
my
skill?
Negative 10%. My skill is 55.
Okay, so you had to roll 45 or less.
All right. Yeah, so I rolled a 43.
Okay, so you still got the 4. Okay.
I hit it.
I still have 3 successes on mine.
I got 2.
Okay. The room is lit up brightly from the muzzle flash of Ashcan's rifle. He swings around, and he lights off. As he's swinging, you see you hear the loud yelp. Well, no, you don't hear the loud yelp after his gun went off.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yes, we have hearing protection. We have hearing protection.
And then Doc lights off and does the same thing to the room, except for not as bright. And you see another splatter. The wolf staggers. Now everybody roll initiative.
All right.
What is that
41.
again?
Basically, roll both dice. The 10s is what your initiative is, unless you rolled doubles.
1.
Ooh.
41.
4.
1.
So mine's 1 because that's 9.
Okay.
So mine's 4.
Unless you rolled a 99, then you get 18.
95.
Okay. The wolf beat you all, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be using that to get up. You see the wolf stagger to its feet. Doc,
and then
you got initiative.
Yes.
All right. I bear down, and I am aiming for its chest. 6 successes. Almost had 12.
What's your skill?
80.
Oh,
So they're like trolls. Good to know. Set it on fire.
I was thinking about that, actually.
Oh, cool.
you, Charlie, then Will.
All right, called shot. Called shot to the chest. I miss.
Okay. Remember, aim first gives you a plus 10.
I am not taking the time to aim, but I'm going to shoot at it.
Okay. You want to
And-
try to reason with it?
No, I'm shooting the fucker. 48.
Okay. What are you shooting at
So
it
I've
with?
got-
Just the rifle like everybody else?
Just my rifle,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, that makes it easy for me. Will electrocute it.
I don't have that with me.
No.
Taking my round to load the 203 underbarrel.
You don't have that loaded already?
Not with what I want.
Unprepared.
That's going to take a full 3-second round
That's
to
fine.
pop out. So, yeah, okay, so you can't shoot this turn. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. And then finally,
swap
well,
rounds.
Ashcan really can't do anything for another 2 rounds.
I'm not reloading.
Oh, you're going to just beat it to death with it? Oh, come on. Tomahawk.
Yeah, I have
Jump
my
it.
tomahawks.
Jump it.
Yeah.
Jump it.
Oh, Wolf
2 tomahawks.
I so want people
Jesus,
shooting
dude.
into melee.
Yes.
It's going to happen because this asshole's jumping, and I just put another round.
Are you hucking it, or are you climbing in there and going to whack on it?
6 successes, Tim.
Okay, for jumping in and chopping on it?
Yeah, with the tomahawk.
Okay.
Or 2 tomahawks.
All right. Basically, after the last round, you see Charlie shoot at it and hit it. And right after that, Ashcan does a good old freaking Conan and just jumps with 2 tomahawks on top of the thing and embeds them into the side, and the thing goes limp.
You got to cut their heads off. Don't look at me. Drop your guns and start helping me cut this thing's head off.
To Morrow's End is played with the Morrow Project version 4.0 game system, available from Timeline Ltd at www.timelineltd.com. We also use with permission the ambient sound collection from tabletopaudio.com. Check them out for a ton of ambient soundscapes for your tabletop RPG sessions. Until next time,